Welcome to the Temple of Flame. On today, Faith Black Lights, we take a look at this. And what this is from Redacted, it is the Wetwork hot sauce, and which is a Scotch bonnet and guava hot sauce. I dig this. Is this supposed to be a tattoo? I can't quite tell. The mustache and the oh, that's cute. I like it. What is this? I guess that's their logo. Okay. And out of Florida, taste buds don't always know what's in their best interest. That is really funny, actually, considering what I'll be having this sauce on today. That's kind of entertaining. Anyway, which is why we're willing to do the dirty work for them. It's like super. I didn't plan that. That is almost a bit on the nose, in fact. But turning bland, monotonous meals into a kinetic spread of flavor and chaos, forever changing the direction the meal goes. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I want my meal to be chaos, but okay, this is... We've never had this conversation. Okay, cute. Burn after eating, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yep. Okay, so let's see here. We have water, Scotch bonnet, habanero, mango, guava paste, apple cider vinegar, key lime juice, and then salt, garlic, dark brown sugar. So the idea here is more to focus on the peppers than to have it be a... So it's like a pepper sweet hot rather than a fruit-based sweet hot. Although there is fruit in there, it's just more for texture than the actual making of flavor notes. You can see it is this sort of really pretty, sort of medium brown color. I actually like the color of this a lot. I actually, so I had the other honey pot, I think was the other one I had from them. I was quite fond of that as well. They do have other sauces. This is it, though, for sauces that don't have onions. So probably don't know that I'll be doing any more sauces from them after that, unless they come out with new ones that don't have onions in them. But definitely, I am impressed with what has been put out there, for sure. Both this and the other one, the ones that I've had that I can have. That is, yeah, it looks really nice. It almost looks like a bit of a liquor flavor almost. I guess it's still a little bit too muddy for that. It does look good though. I think it looks really, really nice. I do like this sauce quite a bit. So let's get into it. So you get the peppers. It's got really sort of tropical sort of sweet vibe to it. You get a little bit of the key lime as an undernote. A little bit of the brown sugar, not a lot though. Very, very nice though. This definitely does want both those peppers front and center, and for the most part, they very much are in this sauce. So, in a different video, I believe it was a Melinda's Mexicana hot sauce, I got one of the Bird's Eye Power Blends. And there are two of them that I have with some frequency. That was the Southwest one, was in that video. This is the Quinoa and Spinach. And this one has got really cool things like, let's see, what do we got? We got peppers, we got chickpeas, we've got spinach, of course. We've got cranberries, see the cranberry there? And of course quinoa, maybe brown rice in there as well. Now, the one thing that this also has that I really dislike is, say it with me, apple cider vinegar. That's right. So this by itself is borderline inedible for me. It's very forward in the flavor. I don't like that. But that's easily remedied by sweetening it up and kind of playing into the cranberries. So I like to use different sauces here, but as long as they're somewhat sweet. And this one with a sort of nondescript sweetness, I thought would be a perfect vehicle for this. And you know, there it is in the bottle. I usually don't read bottle copy. This time I just happened to. But don't know what's in their best interest, doing the dirty work for them, and turning bland, monotonous meals into a kinetic spread of flavor. I don't need the chaos necessarily, but I am interested in seeing what it does for the flavor. There was a hot and saucy sauce called Beaten Fresno that I had done a review on as well. All these you can, by the way, you can go to the blog, go to the table of contents, and you can go directly there to those things if you want to read any of those. Simply by following the link to the written review for this, which is down in the description below. So this is a slightly runnier sauce, which doesn't really matter though with this sort of quinoa sort of thing, because you wind up tending to stir it all in together anyway, like so. So let's see how this one does. Needs a little bit, well, yeah, that's part of the problem, is that the flavor concentration when sauces are this loose can be a bit of an issue. I want to be able to see how it interacts here. Oh baby, that's good. It interacts very nicely. It's a little bit too runny for me to want to use it where I might normally use it, which would, for something like this, would probably be on fried foods like chicken tendies or something like that. I like the flavor. The consistency is just a tad runny, which is perfect for this. I've been kind of on these Power Bowl kicks for a lot of 2025, just trying to make sure I'm, you know, getting the fiber and all that stuff. Quinoa is fantastic for that. Is there brown rice in this too? No. Yeah, there is brown rice in this as well. I just took it out of the microwave before I started the video, so it's a bit hot. Making it a little challenging to slug through, but no meat in this or anything. This one is actually my favorite of the two. The Southwest one I very easily get tired of. This one, not so much. It's really nice. Yeah. So as long as I have this sauce, I'm going to use it in here. It's kind of weird. Sometimes I'll get stuck on certain foods, and then I'll start looking for sauces to key around those foods. This is one of them. It makes a challenging platform, I think. Very challenging base. for a sauce to work well with it. I like the texture of this dish. By itself, I very intensely dislike the flavor, but you know, and some of the cranberry sauces I mentioned, the cranberry sauce, cranberry hot sauce reviews and videos, cranberry can be a hard thing to pair stuff with. That's why this is really cool for sauces like that. So I like cranberry, and you can really lean into the cranberry flavor with the sauce in this. That might have been, that might have been how I stumbled onto these. I was looking for, I think it was probably the breaded green beans. And I saw these, and instantly I thought, okay, I could actually probably pair the cranberry sauce with that. Oh, very nice. It doesn't really play into things. Which vinegar is there? I think this one is apple cider vinegar, but it doesn't read in this particularly. This is really, really fun trying to match and pair stuff to this. This presents an interesting challenge. And when it works, it can sometimes work spectacularly. And when it doesn't, it's still kind of interesting. This one kind of worked in the middle. Actually, I think this is probably better on stuff like fried foods. I probably will use it there, though, because I tend to go through a lot of those. I'm trying to, as I said, get my fiber, but... Well, then again, there's that consistency issue. Okay, let me back up. Flavor-wise, I find this is better on stuff like fried foods. Consistency-wise, much better with something like what I just had. This heat-wise is fairly moderate. I mean, Scotch bonnet and habanero, it's not going to be blazing. I think you could use this to make, actually you could just use it as a really interesting marinade as well. This is kind of a fun sauce. I wish Redacted would not have onions in their other stuff, because I think they do make some pretty creative and interesting sauces, and the two that I've been able to have, I have enjoyed quite a bit. So this one and the honey pot one, although I think the other one I did like a little bit better. But yeah, not too shabby if I do say so myself. And you can see we're below the halfway point. So, but anyway, we're gonna leave it right there. That was the Redacted Wet Work hot sauce. Number 4. In peace, to serve the flame.